This is the East Ward Update. I'm Councilmember Derwin L. Montgomery. Leave your Facebook comments and questions below and we'll respond to them. A new restaurant is coming to East Winston, and we shared the news with you several months ago. Now Zesto's is poised to open in May. I'm joined by Algenon Cash, the Managing Director of Wharton Glad, to learn more. Algenon, thank you for coming back. There's a lot happening over on the site, so tell us what's going on.
Well, we've finally really gotten construction underway very seriously, and I'm sure some of your ward members who driving by, they're starting to see a lot of activity at the site. I apologize for them. We actually had one of the lanes blocked off one day while we were doing a little bit of the road work, but we've been able to close off that second driveway now to try to protect. I know there was a safety concern coming down New Walkertown about people turning out of that second driveway out of the site, so we closed it down. We are completely replacing all of the mechanical, the electrical, doing a lot of plumbing work right now, but as we sit and talk, we believe that construction will be done here in the next few weeks. We've already hired somewhere over 20 people, a majority of those from the community. We still want to hire another 10 or 15 people, but I'm getting very excited about getting training underway and looking forward to tasting one of those hamburgers, man.
Yeah, so with that, so what are we looking forward to when it comes to the menu? I know, at least for me, I keep up with where you've been going and what you've been looking at as menu developing, so tell us what we can expect from that.
Well, not just burgers and french fries and shakes and ice cream, which I think people who have grown up in East Winston will remember Zesto. And so they're gonna see a lot of the same items that they remember eating back in the 80s and the 90s back when I was a kid. So you're gonna see the Chuck Wagon, you're gonna see the Zesto burger, you're gonna see the Chubby Decker, you're gonna see the Fat Boy. And so you're gonna see all the items that you remember when you were young. But then we've added some new items. And so we've added a great cheesesteak with sliced sirloin that we're really excited about. We've added some healthy options like salads and grilled chicken. We've got a great fried chicken that we've come up with our own special breading that we hand bread it right in store. It's always fresh, never frozen. So we kept a lot of the original items, but then we tried to expand upon those items just to give the community a little bit more options. And then one thing we noticed over in East Winston is that they didn't have a wide range of ice cream options. So we've got the original Zesto soft serve ice cream on the menu, but then what we've done is we've enlarged the number of toppings that you can get on it. So you can get Snickers and Oreos and Butterfingers, and we're gonna have Sunkist there for orange floats and Cheerwine floats and so forth. So we're excited. I'm getting hungry.
I would say you're making me hungry already, ready to go out and try it. So we've done construction work, we've done hiring, you have the menu together. What kind of economic investment has been made here?
Well, I mean, we've invested just over $300,000 just in the remodeling and the construction of the building itself. Mm-hmm. We've spent over $300,000 in actually acquiring the property, and certainly given the residents over there something to be proud of. I think you can recall just how much of an eyesore that building had become. And I also argued, back last year when we were working on this project, I felt like the building had become a public safety issue as well. It became a place where people could hang out in the back in the woods and consume alcohol, and no telling what could happen to young people at the building. So we've given the residents over there something to be proud of. Not to mention, we've committed to hiring 30 positions. These positions on average will range anywhere from $9 to $11 an hour. And so not only do we have a significant capital investment, but I think just again, giving people in that community something to be proud of. You no longer have to drive all the way to the west side of town to grab a job. You can come work at Zesto a few minutes away from your house.
Well, great. So what else can the community expect from having something like a Zesto's in their neighborhood?
Yeah, that's a great question, because I want to make sure people understand that it's not just about the food, and it's just not about us coming to East Winston to simply make money. I'm a huge believer that in order to be a good corporate citizen, you can't just focus on making profits, but you also have to be committed to devoting your time and your talent and your energy to the community itself. One of the things that I'm doing with our employees, we actually are requiring all of our employees to volunteer in the community. It's not a recommendation, it's not a suggestion, it's an actual requirement for employment. In addition, my store operator, she and I have been talking for months on end about the need to get more active at Carver High School, over at SG Atkins, WSSU. We want to be active at the community centers over in that East Winston region. We have already started developing a church program where we want to partner, have strategic relationships with our churches over in East Winston. So not only can they come get a good meal on Sunday afternoon, but that we also create that flow back to the church in terms of us investing in whatever they're doing. We're excited to be getting involved with the Little League teams that are going to be down the street from Zesto. So yeah, our commitment and our investment in the community doesn't stop in just the job creation and making sure we give you a good product. We also want to be a partner and a good corporate citizen.
Well, definitely. So I'm excited all over again, not just about getting a meal, but just about the presence of Zesto in the community. What we've seen is a property that had been vacant for some time, now being reused again, and new energy coming into not only that building and that location, but into that part of the community. And then just not even a mile down the road, we see significant city investment there at Winston Lake Park. And I think there's going to be a great tie-in to what's happening there at Winston Lake Park and what happens there at Zesto's and in between. For folks going down in the summer, they won't have to look far to be able to run up the street and get them an ice cream, get them a sandwich, but even the folks who are living right there in the community. So one, on behalf of the citizens of the East Ward and the folks in this part of the community, I want to say thank you for seeing that vision and believing in the community enough to help push folks to make that type of investment. Anything else you want to share with folks?
Yeah, I just want to add, because I would be remiss without mentioning this, I want to thank you, Councilmember Montgomery, for your vision for East Winston, because I think people like myself and others who are starting to look over in East Winston and look for these kind of opportunities, a lot of this wouldn't have been on our radar if I think you hadn't been so passionate about trying to raise the visibility of what's happening at East Winston. And then even more importantly, an investment like church, like what we've done at the old former Church's Chicken Building. We won't call it that for much longer. We'll have a new name here soon. But it would have been very difficult without the support and the commitment from the city of Winston-Salem. And so I think what you're doing in terms of raising the visibility of East Winston, and then what the city at large is doing in terms of committing actual dollars to making some of these projects move forward is significant. So I want to thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So East Ward, get ready. This part of the East Winston community, get ready to Walkertown Road for something significant that's going to be greatly impactful for the community. Again, thank you so much for joining us. That's the East Ward Update. I am the East Ward Councilmember Derwin L. Montgomery. Remember to leave your comments or questions below and we'll respond.